Hi everyone, welcome back to another episode of History Hobo Plays TimeGuessr. We had a pretty good game yesterday with about 46,000 points, although I should have scored higher as I threw one away by guessing Luxembourg when it should have been Holland. It was a terrible mistake. I could have been into personal best territory there, but never mind. Let's see if we can beat that today. Please remember to like and subscribe if you enjoy the video. Let's get into the game. Okay, here we go. Okay, what do we got here? We've got English. Oh, Spring Garden at Chelsea. I'm assuming then that this is the Chelsea Flower Show, which if you're not from the UK you might not know about, but it's a yearly flower show in Chelsea, obviously. Chelsea, let me see if I can find this. It's in London somewhere. I've never been to Chelsea, I have no idea. I think it's fairly central. Oh, Chelsea, here we go. Are we somewhere here then? Chelsea's Physic Garden Centre, I think. Oh, the Royal Flower Show, there we go. So we're somewhere here probably. We're on a long pathway. Looks like market stalls lining the road. So I think this could be the path here, really. Let's have a look and see if there's trees lining that. Oh, maybe not then. Where have we got that's got trees here? That's a football pitch, so I don't think it'd be there. We in this garden area? You'd think that the place marked on the map as the flower show would be the right area, wouldn't you? I do not see any trees lining a pathway. So is this part of the gardens? Oh, so we may be along here maybe. As this seems to have trees running along it. So I don't think we'd be quite so close to a busy road. Does this look like it's a big enough area to hold the flower show, or do they do it over the river in Battersea Park? Maybe they do. Let's see. Battersea Park Rose Garden. Let's see what we can see on the signs here. Great Pavilion, Show Gardens, Sanctuary Gardens, Bandstand Catering. I'm not sure. I think we'll have to go in this area. So this part is part of the same thing, I think, but I know I'm not going to get it perfectly on there in that location though, which is annoying. I would rather get the points. Maybe it's this part here. This might make sense because we've got trees either side here. That would work. So we might be somewhere in the middle here would be fine. So let's have a look at the year. Is this, I think I saw something in the news that actually this flower show is starting possibly today for this year's one. So it's around this time of year. Something about the king visiting or something like that. So was this picture taken like yesterday or something like that? It's quite possible. Can't see any dates on any of these signs, unfortunately. Yeah, maybe this might say, but it's too small. Do we see phones anywhere? See a camera, it's not helping me. The clothes look pretty modern though. They look pretty much this year, last year maybe. Right, this guy's on a phone here. It's not the newest of phones, I don't think. Looking at the cameras on the back. Any others? Seems a lot of people don't have their phones out. This guy's also on a phone. It's still fairly large. That one has a bit of a bigger camera bump on it. I think this is in the last 2 or 3 years probably. I'd be surprised if it was this year. I think I'm going to go last year. Let's go for it. I don't think I can see any other clues. One last quick check. Fashion's difficult to see. Not sure what phone that is. No, okay, I'll go with it. Could be a few years off. Oh, it was right. Oh, we were 74 meters away. So it was that road though, at least. So I found the right road. Okay, we've got some bagpipers. Are we in Scotland, or is this somewhere with a bit of Scottish heritage? This could be Scottish mountains. We have Alberia Biathlon Club. Is that Alberia? Not sure about that one. Importers. Oh no. We've got a Canadian flag in the background. See, it didn't feel quite right for... These mountains look too big for Scotland. Although Scotland has some big mountains. They look a bit too big. They look like they could be Rocky Mountains or something like that. So if it's is that Alberta? Yeah, it's an R, it's a T. Alberta Biathlon Club. So that means we're likely in Alberta. Any other clues on here? That's just a beer brand. So we've got some Canadians enjoying their Scottish heritage. We have a Scottish flag over here, another Canadian flag. So, yeah, I'm a quarter Scottish, I believe, or maybe an eighth Scottish. There we go. My grandmother was Scottish. So Alberta is here. So I would think we're on the edge of the Rockies, like Banff or something like that. Going to be very difficult to pinpoint it because the Rockies are so long, but you'd think would be near those kind of things. Maybe Banff is too much in the middle of the Rockies for this because we don't look like we're in the middle of the Rockies. Yeah, we have a flat bit before the Rockies, so we should be maybe, let's see if we've got anywhere on the hybrid view, like these kind of areas around here maybe. Let's have a look, see what we've got that could work. Somewhere like this maybe. Looks too small and still too mountainous around it. I don't think I'm going to get anywhere near on this. It's such a big place. This is still in Alberta, yes. So we might not be too far from Calgary. Somewhere like this. These places might work. So we have a bit of flatter land leading up to the mountains. So we can't be too far away. This could work. Somewhere like here. Although there's nothing there. I think we'll go this place, Morley. We're not going to get anywhere near it. There's no point spending hours because I cannot see any place. We must be near a ski slope. Or biathlon is the cross country, is it? That's the cross country and shooting skiing. So they do that more on the flatland anyway. But it's a good guess than any. If we're further north, then it's going to be difficult. But I think the further north you go, there's not likely to be as many places. We could be somewhere like this near Jasper. Had a friend from Jasper, so that's why I know about it. I've never been to Canada either. I would like to go there, but I'm a bit scared of the bears, so I might stay away. Okay, this year looks pretty modern too. Got some axe throwing, or maybe it's lumberjack sport kind of stuff here. Can't see any phones, unfortunately. I think that's a DSLR, maybe. Could be a phone. It's just how he's holding it, but that might be the way like old people hold their phones sometimes. I think it looks pretty modern to me. I'm gonna go 2018, just hedge on the lower side, pre-COVID. It might be after 2011. Oh, we're actually very close. So it was a bit further away, and it was, oh no, that was where I guessed. I always do that. So we were a bit closer to the mountains in this place. Canmore. Not too bad. Lost a few points on the year there, but couldn't see many clues. Next round. Nakura Press, Nakura Medical. So we have English. KFA Travel. Are we possibly in Kenya then? Seeing we have black people, could suggest maybe Kenya, somewhere in Africa that speaks English. Yeah, these cars look quite old. We have a lot of K number plates. All the number plates seem to begin with K. KSE, KL, can't see that one, but KP, K. So I'm thinking Kenya might be a decent guess. I don't think if it could refer to anywhere else unless it's South Africa somewhere. We're driving on the left, it looks like. Does Kenya drive on the left? Let me check that. Kenya, somewhere like Nairobi. I don't know if Apple Maps shows road directions for Jewel Road. Yes, we're driving on the left here. So it definitely could be somewhere here. Any other clues as to the road? So I say Chelsea again. There's a bit of a roundabout there. Chelsea Coffee something. Coffee House maybe. Kiddies Arcade. So Nakuru Medical Stores. So Nakuru is probably the place that we're at. Just looking at the age of these vehicles, they are quite old, but they're not particularly vehicles I'm that familiar with, so they could be 80s. We have a Beetle here, obviously. This almost looks like an Australian vehicle, but it's not. It's a Daihatsu, is it? Like an Australian ute. So Nakuru, that name keeps popping up, so I think that might definitely be where we are. Just really hoping this isn't South Africa. I don't think it is. The year, I'm going to place it in... See, this looks much older, this car here. But this one looks more 80s-ish. So, like late 80s, I would think as well. Like 88 or something. Might not be. I'm quite weak on those era cars between the 70s and 80s. Got a couple of Beetles. Is that another Beetle over here? Quite popular. Okay, I'm going to spend a little bit of time looking around Kenya and seeing if I can see Nakuru. I'll probably just skip this because it's going to take me a while. Oh, it's not going to take me any time at all. It's right here, Nakuru. First thing I saw was here, so I think we can pretty much say that we are here. So we're looking for Nakuru Medical Store, if it's still there. Kiddies Arcade. A lot of these places probably aren't here. Nakuru Press. I would think we might be along this street here, maybe. I don't think any of these businesses will still be around, to be honest. If this is the 80s, I'm not going to bother searching too long, just because it's kind of pointless. Just going to think about the year again. Thing with cars in Africa is that a lot of these cars may have been sold in Europe and then sold in Africa at later times, so it could be quite deceptive as to when the year is. I know, like, a lot of trucks and stuff from the UK and places like that, when they reach a certain age, they're often sold in Africa as just a way of recouping a bit of money for the company. So I'm not sure if that's entirely true for cars as much, but it's quite possible that a lot of cars are exported there. But I don't know. This Daihatsu doesn't look that old for its... Like, it looks in good condition. So I think I'm going to stick with this 88 guess. It could be a little earlier into the 90s. I'm just hoping it's not 95, 96, because then I'm going to lose quite a few points. Just go for it. It's 85, so I'm glad I didn't go up. And we're on the correct street. We're only 140 meters away. I didn't think that was going to be the right street, but that's a very good guess. We're actually on a pretty decent score. I don't think we can get our personal best here, but It's alright. We're still doing well. This one looks a little difficult. Oh. Is that the top of the White House or one of the Capitol building? My first impression wasn't America on this, but then that made me think it might be. Can I see any flags? Would be useful. We have a Ferris wheel, but this could be a temporary thing. Quite a lot of statues. Oh, no. It's the Arc de Triomphe back there, so that isn't the top of the Capitol building. I'm not sure which one that is, but it's probably a famous building in Paris. So we look quite straight on to the Arc de Triomphe. We have a large fountain that should definitely still be there, so we can get that, I think. A large Arc de Triomphe is here. Are we down the Champs-Elysees? How far away does it look? Quite a distance. Is there anywhere along here that has a large fountain? I'm going to look at the satellite because it makes it a lot easier in Paris. So this is just a roundabout. Are we here? Let's look at that. These curved pathways in front of the water do look like these. And there's a straight ramp going down in the middle, which I think would make sense with a balcony either side of it, with a raised balcony area. So I think that would actually make sense. Couldn't tell that this is kind of octagonal, is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, octagonal. But it does look like it might be. Yeah, we can see a kind of kink in it there, so that would make sense. Do we have these two statues? Yes. They're the statues here, either side. So I'm pretty sure we must be sat pretty much here. Now the year. It's going to be difficult. It's quite grainy here, and I can't get a clear view of what people are wearing. These guys are just chilling out here. Boots and jeans really isn't going to help me with the year. This girl's wearing a hoodie. With Converse though. Doesn't help me date anything. Converse have been around for years and years. Am I seeing anyone on their phone? This is going to be very difficult to get the year here. Can't tell if he's on his phone or drinking a cup of coffee. It looks like he might be drinking a cup of coffee. Doesn't look too old. It looks 2000s to me. It's just whether it's early 2000s or more recent. The fact that these people are all sat here and not looking at phones, or it doesn't look like they are. Neither of these guys are looking at a phone. This girl doesn't look like she's looking at a phone. This one possibly could. She's looking slightly down. Makes me think maybe we're a little earlier. This guy looks like he's got a camcorder. Is that a camcorder in his hand? It's really difficult to tell. But he's not on a phone. These guys chilling out aren't on phones, they're just chatting. People up here. Yeah, I might be crazy, but I'm gonna actually thinking around mid 2005, 2010, something like that. I think I'm gonna go 2005. I could be 15 years off if this is modern day. But it's very difficult to tell. I don't think I'm going to get any more clues out of that. Let's go for it. It was 2011. Lost a few points there. We're only 2.3 meters away in our location, so that was very good. 2011 would make sense for not too many phones being out, as smartphones were relatively new at that time. Not everyone had them by then. Okay, we've got an easy location, at least, and we have Reagan, George Bush Sr., and is that Gorbachev? I believe it is. I can see the the birthmark he had on his head. Okay, so location, let's just go straight in. We're not far off Statue of Liberty. So the Statue of Liberty is here. Which way are we looking at it from? I'm going to try and see from the satellite which direction it faces, if I can. So the Statue of Liberty here looks like it's facing this direction, out towards, looking outwards, which would make sense, looking out to the boats coming in. That's the whole purpose. This picture looks like we're behind it and it's looking away from us, but to a slight angle. So if it's behind us, we'd be somewhere like this. You know, they look like they're by the water. So I think this place here, is this a park of some sort? Hudson River Walk, this might be it. It might be somewhere like this. We're slightly to the side, not straight behind it. We're more to the arm side. The arm is here. So I think actually somewhere like this would work quite well. Okay, we could be even all the way up there, but we're not going to lose many points. Now, this must be during the Reagan administration, because I believe George Bush Sr. was his vice president. So we've got to be in the 80s. I think it was 80s, same time as Thatcher was prime minister. So yeah, it's definitely the 80s. If Gorbachev is there, I'm not sure when Reagan's presidency ended. I could try and work it backwards. Clinton was elected in 92, was it? Or am I thinking of John Major in the UK? Let's go back from Obama was 2008. George Bush Jr. was elected in 2000. He served 2 terms. Clinton served 1 or 2 terms. Either elected in 96 or 92. I think he might have been 96, because maybe George Bush Sr. was 92 to 96 with only 1 term. I'm not 100% sure on that. He may have served 2 terms as well. One of those 2 may have. But that would put Reagan in either from like 80 to 84 or 80 to 88 maybe. I think that might work. I think maybe George Bush Sr. was elected in 88. Unless Reagan was 84 through to 92, but I doubt that. In this picture, Reagan looks quite old though. It might have been the point where his memory was starting to go. So I'm thinking this is more towards the end of his presidency, which would make more sense with him being a bit more cozy with Gorbachev. So I'm actually going to say 86. I could be wrong there, but just trying to work my way through the presidencies. But okay, there's nothing else we can glean from this as a year, so let's go for it. It was 88. So President Reagan and Vice President Bush and General Secretary Gorbachev on the Governor's Island. Oh, we're on the wrong side. Did I work that out incorrectly? Maybe I did. Maybe this is not how I thought it was. But we were still pretty good on the score. I thought I was on the right place, but okay, the score total should be pretty decent. 45,894. Let's just add that into our spreadsheet to have a quick look and see how that's affected our average. And it's brought it up, we're edging closer to 42,000 per game. We've actually had a pretty decent run the past couple of games, or the past 4 days over 40,000, and only 1 in the last week essentially that's been below it. Okay, let's have a quick look at the breakdown. Our locations were very good. I'm surprised we got so close in this Canada round. But logically it had to be somewhere along the Rocky Mountains there. Chelsea was easy. The Paris one was pretty easy. This was easy. The Kenya one I'm quite happy with as well. I actually found the town that it was in. It was just lucky that Nakuru jumped out at me so quickly. But Okay, overall a pretty decent game. I can be proud of that one. I don't think there was much room to get too many more points in that one. The years were really where it was difficult to get the score on there because there wasn't that many clues. But okay, I'll see if we can do better tomorrow. See you then. Bye.